Hey everybody, I was not anticipating doing this particular review, but this has sort of come up as an issue for me, so I thought I would go ahead and share. This is a cover review. I personally cannot stand the feel of the covers that Hobonichi sells. That sort of plasticky fabric. I don't know, it's a texture thing. It drives me nuts. I don't like them. I think they're super cute, super functional. I wish I could handle them, but I don't like the feel, and I don't like having to use the cover on cover. It's just frustrating to me. So I have a couple of different options that I worked on, and I have a couple of different more in the works, and this is what I've got right now. First of all, yes, I have two Hobonichis, don't judge. This is a fabric cover by Woodland Cottage Farms on Etsy, and I will put her link in the box below. I have had several different planner covers from her, different sizes, and she does beautiful work. She's been in business for several years now, and she is absolutely excellent at what she does. This is the specific Hobonichi Cousin cover. It does come with this elastic band that is the closure. And I think it's fun. It's a little bit unique in that it's vertical instead of horizontal, so tabs and whatnot aren't a problem. It is, as you can see, an extremely close-fitting cover. There is not much overhang, which I personally like. It sits right up on the edge, as you can see. So a horizontal elastic would actually be a problem if you wanted to use tabs, as I've got in this one. So on the inside there is a card pocket, a secretarial pocket, and then of course the pocket that you slide the cover into. And in the back you have pretty much the same thing. You have a card pocket, you have a taller pocket, which I've got my Beauty by Starlet stencils in, and then the pocket that you slide the cover of the Hobonichi into. And it is beautiful. She has a ton of different fabrics to choose from, and I do mean a ton. And I fell in love with this one. It's so pretty. It's all very well made. The stitching is excellent. I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about this cover. I personally do not like the pen loop, and I wish I had gotten it without, for the simple fact that because this is a vertical elastic, and this is just one of those tiny little details that I did not think through ahead of time. Grab a pen. To put this in here like this, it just sort of, I mean, it's not like all over the place, but it sort of flops loose. And if you're trying to put it down in a bag, it'll catch on stuff. A horizontal elastic would hold that a bit more securely in there, so it's not sticking out like this. But because this is designed so close fitting and it has a vertical elastic, this is just sort of, so I don't actually use the pen loop. So I kind of, I wish I had ordered it without, but it's not a big deal. It's not like it's in the way or anything. It just, that's just one of those things that I didn't realize when I ordered it. And I really, really like it. It's so pretty, and I actually use it on the one that I leave on my desk. And the reason is because, well, it's twofold. Number one, this is fabric. So carrying it around, chuck it in your bag, what have you, it's going to get dirty. And I'm sure this is washable. However, I honestly would be afraid of the fabric shrinking because I don't know if she pre-shrinks her fabric. I'm paranoid like that. I do sew. I am a seamstress in other areas of life, and so for me this makes me nervous because of shrinkage, possible shrinkage I should say. It's so pretty, I don't want to ruin it. Secondly, it's a texture thing. I've got some really weird texture preferences, if you want to say that, and I don't like the feel of carrying a cloth covered book. It's just, I don't know, I can't explain it. I don't like it. It's beautiful, and I will absolutely leave my desk one in here because I don't have to handle that as much, and often I just leave it laying, open on the desk. So that's not, I mean, that's not a big issue, but as far as like something that I'm going to carry with me, I don't want to carry the fabric. So I've been on the hunt for a new cover, and I got this on the Foxy Fix unofficial buy sell trade page on Facebook. This is a Stella Hobonichi Cousin Perfect Fit with pink elastic and stitching. If you can see, the stitching is, oops, sorry, didn't mean to bang that. I don't know if you can see, the stitching is pink as well. And it's so pretty. I love it. However, I have come across a problem that has made this unusable for me. And I am not the only one. I've actually talked to a couple of other people who've had the same issue. It's beautiful. And as you can see, oh, here, I'll show you. It's got a little bit more space around the outside than the fabric cover does. So I don't have tabs in this one, but tabs would not stick out. There is enough space there for some small tabs if you wanted them. There's the bottom. So that's a little bit extra space if tabs are an issue for you. However, I am not the first person that has run into this particular issue. I don't know if you can see. It doesn't, even though putting it on is not difficult, like it slides in okay, the cover of the Hobonichi catches because of how tight this fit is. It catches and doesn't slide. This has to slide in and out a little bit as you open and close it. And you have to use a fairly significant amount of force to pull it out a little bit to get it to lay flat. And then vice versa, to close it, you have to use a fairly, and as you can see, it's like bending the Hobonichi cover because it's not wanting to slide back in easily. And you can do it if you're slow and you're careful with it, but for those of us that use this on the fly and want to slam it open, write something down, slam it shut, the same reason we want our fast drying pens, because we don't have 10 minutes to let it sit here and dry. This is an issue, and I have attempted to make it work for the past week every day, and I'm in my planner multiple times a day, and I can't. It's driving me nuts. I can't do it. And this is designed for the Hobonichi Cousin, so there is, in my personal opinion, no good reason for this to be an issue. And I've seen other YouTube videos talking about it. I don't know if I can show you at a different angle. When you try to close it, as long as you go slow, it's okay. But then it catches again when you're trying to open, and you have to pull it to get it to slide out enough to lay flat. And that's a deal breaker for me, to be honest. It really is. It's a beautiful cover. I absolutely love it. I wish it worked. And maybe it's because of this leather. I don't know if one of their softer, like one of the sugar leathers, might have a little bit more give and play in it, because the Stella is pretty stiff. It's stiffer than a sugar leather. I don't know that it would be quite as stiff as maybe like one of their Boss Babe or Rowena leathers, but it is definitely stiff enough that you got to kind of pull it. It does have a little thing back here for if you want to put a notebook or what have you. Some card. This is the older style instead of the crisscross, which I was so happy to find because I actually don't like the crisscross pockets. So I was so excited to find this on the buy sell trade site with the card pockets, because I can put my little oh, where is it? My little Hobonichi stencil in here. I love that. And you know, like I like to keep shop cards with me that have discount codes and whatnot. And so I love this style. And it's just, no, it's not gonna work. So I have actually listed this for sale on the buy sell trade site. It'll probably be gone by the time I upload this video, but I can't do it. It's making me crazy. I have on its way to me, I have a Speckled Fawns A5, just a regular 1-inch TN. And I'm going to attempt, I don't know if it's going to work, to put two Hobonichis inside of one TN cover, because it's not, the Speckled Fawns that I have coming is not a perfect fit. It's not a folio cover. It's one of their just regular 1-inch wide spine TNs with 4 elastics on the inside. So I'm going to try to put both cousins in there. Honestly, that might be too much for me. It might be too big to carry. So I'm just going to experiment. It's in their Rustic Kodiak mustard leather, and I am an absolute addict for all things Rustic Kodiak through Speckled Fawns. Ask me how many of their different sizes of tans I have in their rustic Kodiak leather. I might be slightly obsessed. So I went ahead and bought it thinking, well, if I don't use it for this, I'm sure I'll find some use for it. And then I also am in the process of purchasing a Vanderspec A5 Codex from a buy sell trade page, not straight from them, because the weight is a lot and the cost is a lot. Even on the buy sell trade site, Vanderspecs are not cheap. I had an A6, which is their senior size, Touch Me ring binder from them, and it's divine. Seriously, it's worth the cost. I mean, Vanderspecs are like the Lamborghini of the traveler's notebook / planner world. If you're not familiar with them, they're beautiful work, and it is absolutely worth every penny. However, I am on a budget. I have kids. We run a business. It's, you know, I try to save money where I can. So I am purchasing one from the Vanderspec buy sell trade page. So I will update this or do a second one whenever I get my Speckled Fawns A5 and my Vanderspec Codex in, and we'll kind of compare which ones I think are going to work best for me. This is so pretty. If this was leather, I would never put it down. But I have high hopes for both the Vanderspec and the Speckled Fawns, because I love it's the Vanderspec Codex that I have coming is in the Touch Me leather, which I love. And of course, Speckled Fawns, Rustic Kodiak, and what's not to love. So I just wanted to post this really quickly to let you know if you're considering buying a Foxy Fix Perfect Fit cover, if that is going to be an issue for you, just be aware that it does. Sorry, I keep hitting my tripod. It does stick, and it is kind of hard to open and close because the covers stick inside this bit. So just FYI, if you like fabric covers, Woodland Cottage Farms is absolutely who I recommend. They are amazing. And I will put all the links to everything I talked about down below. See you guys later.